everyone. My name is Ankana Sengupta and I'm currently pursuing PGDM in HR from BIMTECH. And today we are thrilled to have with us Dr. Ranjan Kumar Mohapatra, who has joined BIMTECH as an Honorary Professor of Practice. Welcome to BIMTECH, sir. How are you feeling, sir?
Good. It's great. Seeing the environment, seeing the students, it feels great.
So, sir, since you have already given a speech, we heard a lot about your journey in corporate sector. So what are the key shifts or technological advancements that you have faced in your 38 or 40 years of corporate journey?
Yeah, it is 40 years. 38 years in Indian Oil and 2 years earlier to that.
Yes.
Anyway, there are a lot of shifts which is happening actually. In fact, when we started our times in 1986, 84, 86, at that point of time probably we haven't even heard about spreadsheets and other items. Of course, I studied from BITS Pilani, which had this advantage of having a computer at that point of time. But we used to punch the whole night. We'll be punching cards and feeding it. Now we have technology which is available in my mobile itself. I can handle so many things. So that way it shifts, which is happening. Second thing is that obviously the one which is definitely really rather spreading it very fast is artificial intelligence. So that's something which definitely is going to make a difference in the way we we do our business, the way we respond to people, and the way we conduct ourselves as well. So I think that will be a difference which will be coming, and lots of changes happening.
Right, sir. So, sir, your session was about leadership in uncertain times. What is exactly leadership according to you?
See, I think I should have also told that while discussing. See, for me, a leader does not have to be right at every point of time. You have to be at that particular point of time. For me, a leader is that who is accepted by everybody, number one. Number two is that who has aligned his purpose with the purpose of the organization or purpose of the nation which he works for, he or she works for. So that for me is leadership. And obviously it doesn't go, it just is not limited to the academic definition or the definition which I am giving it for a leadership. It's much beyond that. I think probably people have to go through different facets of life to be qualified as a real leader.
Right, absolutely, sir. So, sir, since you have had a long journey in the corporate world, any significant challenges that you have faced and that you have remembered still now, and you would like to throw some light on that? Any some such challenges?
Yeah, obviously, you have spent almost 40 years in corporate life. Obviously, lots of challenges. Particularly when I worked with logistics of Indian Oil, so that was a hugely challenging assignment for me. Almost for 12 to 13 years I was in logistics, and there you will have to get up early in the morning at 5 o'clock. And again, you talked about technology. That time technology was not available, so it was on fixed time calls that we used to have, and people will call at a particular point of time and give the position what has happened at their location. So this from there moved on. So lots of challenges. But if you just ask me one single challenge which is there and which is very common for most of the people, most of us now, I would rather see that COVID times challenge was one of the challenges which I faced, because at that point of time I was heading the HR function in Indian Oil, so as HR was that HR as we say, and HR had a big role to play at that point of time. Not only as I was telling in the class today, that one unique experience which almost everybody had during COVID times, that we saw death.
Yes, right.
In our eyes. So
almost
everybody felt that it can happen. So how do you dispel that? And I was in an organization where we just can't sit idle, because see what happened during COVID times. Everybody stayed at home, so everybody started cooking at home. So no restaurants were available. LPG, the gas which we talked about, was to be consumed at home. Consumption went up. So I'll have to meet that requirement, otherwise people will starve. And how do you really meet that requirement? So here, whole ecosystem, whole supply chain had to be managed. So that is why Indian Oil had to work round the clock at all points of time to ensure that this is available at home. So I can't sit idle, but at the same time, I'll have to also ensure that people's safety is maintained. So you see, if you are at home, you will know that your LPG person who comes to deliver you LPG, he comes physically. He can't send you by video transfer or something. He has to come physically and deliver the LPG to you. So that is what has to be done. So how do you do that? How do you give that confidence to that LPG delivery boy that we are behind you, we are with you? And then again for that, when that delivery boy brings this LPG has to be loaded, this LPG has to be imported or produced, and it has to be bottled into this LPG cylinders, and then it can reach you. So entire thing has to be taken care of. So I feel very strongly this is where we played a very important. I mean, I am very satisfied that it was a big challenge, but as far as we are concerned, particularly for my organization, I can say, when there are many organizations who have also done similar work, but for our organization, it was very satisfying the way we handled it. We did it not only for our 33,000 plus employees, we also did it for the more than 2.5 lakhs, 3 lakhs secondary employees that we have, whether it is the people who are dispensing to you in the petrol pumps, or the LPG cylinder, LPG boys, delivery boys who are there, or the truck drivers. Everybody has to work. So how do we take care of them? So that is what was a big challenge. It was again uncertain times. It had never happened earlier, but we did it well. We did it really well. As I was again sharing with you that we almost had continuous, non-stop VCs for more than 410 days, so that we engaged with people. We kept connection with all our locations all around, more than 500 odd locations, all the refineries, all the marketing locations, all the aviation fueling stations, everywhere we had to keep track on and ensure that if people desired anything, like that example of moving Remdesivir from somewhere in Bihar to somewhere in Bangalore, in Karnataka. So this is how we did it. So that's, I mean, immediate example is that one. But there are many challenges which we have faced. I mean, woken up at mid of the night, suddenly some contamination has happened in pool players. So how do you handle that? How do you address that? So, but it has been interesting, because every time, as I was telling you also, that every time, every challenge gives you a lot of learning, and how do you utilize in the future. So that's what it has been very interesting.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really an amazing, session with you.
Thank you.
It was very enriching for all of us, especially for us who are in the HR domain.
Oh.
We're looking forward to being in your classes.
Thank you. I hope I live up to that expectations, but I will definitely try. Thank you very much. Thanks to BIMTECH also.